The mystery of Apollo 13, the mission that should never have returned. April 11th, 1970, a gleaming Saturn V rocket thundered into the Florida sky, carrying 3 men who were supposed to make history. Commander Jim Lovell, Command Module Pilot Jack Swigert, and Lunar Module Pilot Fred Hayes were destined to land on the Moon as part of NASA's Apollo 13 mission. But what began as another confident step in America's space conquest soon turned into one of the most terrifying and mysterious survival stories ever told. Everything seemed normal at first. The launch went flawlessly, and the crew was in good spirits. They even broadcasted a TV show from space, joking and laughing as they drifted toward the Moon. But back on Earth, no one even tuned in to watch. After all, by the 3rd Moon mission, space travel seemed routine. Until it wasn't. At exactly 55 hours and 54 minutes into the flight, Swigert was told to stir the cryogenic oxygen tanks, a simple procedure. He flipped a switch. Then came a dull bang. The spacecraft shuddered violently. Warning lights blazed red. Within seconds, the cabin pressure began to drop. "Houston, we've had a problem here," Swigert reported, calmly, masking the rising panic. The oxygen tank in the service module had exploded, crippling the spacecraft's power and life support. Oxygen meant electricity. Electricity meant navigation, heat, and survival. In a few hours, Apollo 13 would freeze and suffocate. NASA engineers in Houston scrambled in disbelief. No one had ever trained for this scenario. Telemetry data showed oxygen rapidly venting into space. The mission was over, but now it was a desperate race to bring the men home alive. Lovell and his crew shut down the command module to conserve power and retreated into the lunar module Aquarius, designed only for 2 men for 2 days, not 3 men for 4. Temperatures plummeted near freezing. Water was rationed to 6 ounces per day. Their breath condensed on every surface, forming icy crystals. Yet even in this darkness, their calm professionalism stunned the world. NASA engineers had to invent solutions on the fly. One critical problem: the CO2 filters in the lunar module were running out. The command module had spare filters, but they didn't fit the LM system, square pegs in round holes. In what's now legendary ingenuity, engineers on the ground built an adapter using nothing but items the astronauts had on board: cardboard, duct tape, and plastic bags. The fix worked. CO2 levels dropped. The crew could breathe again. But there was still the question: how to get home? The spacecraft had drifted off course after the explosion. If their re-entry angle was off by even a few degrees, they would either burn up in Earth's atmosphere or bounce off into deep space forever. Lovell used the Sun and Earth's horizon as makeshift navigation guides. In one tense maneuver, he timed a 39-second manual engine burn to adjust the course. No computer assistance, just instinct and math. It worked. Days passed in silence, except for brief crackling transmissions. The world held its breath. Even the Soviet Union sent messages of goodwill to NASA. As the crippled spacecraft neared Earth, engineers faced one last uncertainty. Had the heat shield been damaged in the explosion? If so, re-entry would incinerate them instantly. April 17, 1970. As the capsule entered the atmosphere, radio contact was lost, as expected. But 1 minute passed, then 2, then 3. Silence stretched longer than anyone anticipated. Some feared the worst. Then suddenly, a voice. "Okay, Joe, we're through the blackout." Apollo 13 had survived. The capsule splashed down safely in the South Pacific, retrieved by the USS Iwo Jima. The world erupted in relief. NASA called it a successful failure. The mission failed to reach the moon, but every man came home alive. Yet to this day, many still wonder about the strange coincidences surrounding Apollo 13. The mission number itself, 13, launched at 13:13 CST. The explosion occurred on April 13th. Some dismissed it as superstition. Others felt destiny was testing the limits of human endurance. Investigations later revealed that faulty wiring in the oxygen tank, damaged years before the flight, caused the explosion. But to many, Apollo 13 remains more than a technical failure. It's a story of human resilience, teamwork, and sheer willpower. A reminder that even in the darkest vacuum of space, the human spirit burns brighter than any star. As Jim Lovell once said, looking back at the blue earth from the window of that crippled ship, "I was looking at my home, my family, everything I knew, and realizing just how fragile it all really is." The mystery of Apollo 13 isn't just how they survived, it's how, in the face of impossible odds, they showed the world what it truly means to be human. Let me know how you liked today's video by commenting, and subscribe to the channel to get the next video. Stay well, stay healthy, and best wishes.